Please welcome the two-time Olympian and 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, the undefeated Vladimir Nikitin. WBO Intercontinental Champion, introducing Irish Michael Conlan.
I'm not surprised by that. We'll see how he uses it tonight, Tess. Nikitin there's no special effects. He tries to seek and destroy. That's what you can look for from him. And Mick Conlan is going to try to box until he wears Nikitin down, and then he's going to try to go for the finish down the stretch.
Timmy, what kind of impact do you think the injury could have on Nikitin's chances here against Conlan?
Well, it always, with injuries, you can always have impact because, you don't know how it's going to react.
Timmy, what kind of impact do you think the injury could have on Nikitin's chances here against Conlan?
Well, it always, with injuries, you can always have impact because, you don't know how it's going to react. You just got to go in there with feeling. He did the best thing. The best thing is take the rest and also rehab it during the training. Let's see if he has enough conditioning to go along with that rehab.
Square guard in the ring, those are two different things.
There's a difference. I mean, I've had a rotator cuff surgery, and I thought I was good until I watched the fight back test and realized I wasn't throwing it.
So Conlan, the more skilled, stylistic boxer, is a little bit of everything. Power has been the one thing that folks would want to see a bit more of with Conlan as he matures deeper into his pro career. And Nikitin, as you have said, is going to try to come through the front door. There is Mick with the left hand to the body.
Conlan doing the right thing right now by establishing his jab, good movement, not allowing Nikitin to get close.
So this is a special attraction to start our night here. The always popular Irish Mick Conlan against Vladimir Nikitin. 12-0 versus 3-0 before we get to our two world title fights here from MSG on ESPN.
Tess, I'm familiar with mandatory challengers. When you fight a mandatory, there's no rematch clause. There's no rematch clause. It's winner takes all. Terrence Crawford, he must win this fight if he wants to hold on to his title.
Conlan's the guy that is seeking to avenge what happened in the Olympics. But Vladimir Nikitin, after his long and successful amateur career, keep in mind, he beat Conlan even in the 2013 World Championship amateurs. Conlan's the guy that is seeking to avenge what happened in the Olympics. But Vladimir Nikitin, after his long and successful amateur career, keep in mind, he beat Conlan even in the 2013 World Championship amateurs.
Well, Tess, he knows something. He's already beat him, and he's trying to sniff it out. He believes that Mick Conlan, he said it in the fighter meeting, that he cannot take pressure.
Conlan is a guy who has gone through trainer changes, and there's no bigger trainer change than going from starting your career in the Southern California gyms where that Mexican-American style was put forth, and then making your way back. Oh, there's a short left hand on the inside from Nikitin as Conlan was backed up into that blue corner.
He wants to hit and don't get hit. He wants to know and learn the sweet science of boxing.
Well, that spells longevity to me.
Yep. You don't get a whole lot of knockouts. You don't sit down on your shots like you're supposed to because you're too busy trying to get away from shots. That's why you see Conlan not having a whole lot of knockouts because he doesn't stay there for return fire. He gets out.
Here the Irish fans already starting with their chants. Everybody's so excited for the Lopez-Comey fight. Listen, obviously on a night like this, Heisman night, New York, on ESPN, it's a broadened audience, and Bud Crawford is a big reason why you get a spot like this. Everybody's so excited for the Lopez-Comey fight. Listen, obviously on a night like this, Heisman night, New York, on ESPN, it's a broadened audience, and Bud Crawford is a big reason why you get a spot like this.
Conlan came out in the orthodox stance. You see him switch back into the southpaw stance. He can fight from any position. Nice shot right there.
They are saying that was a slip. Nikitin tripped up there.
That's typical, Tess, because you got the southpaw now, who is Conlan, and you have Nikitin, who's the right-hander, and you see their lead foot are on the same side.
Nikitin, obviously, with his 300 fights in the amateurs and his physical build and even his ability, you see a lot of upside, but he just wastes so much energy rocking back and forth. He looks like he's doing more than he's actually doing, and then when he punches, everything is hard. See, that sequence right there, he wasted so much energy, Tess.
Conlan with a right hand to the body. Tries to go back to it. He has had some success and then leads with a right uppercut. That just got a tiny glancing piece of Nikitin. Now the 1-2 from the southpaw stance, digs with an uppercut. And to your point, the wasted effort and energy.
I feel like if he understood how to come behind the jab and was smarter about his attack, he would land a lot more.
Coming to the end of 3 here, the start of our night of top-ranked boxing on ESPN. You see 35-0 against 21-0-1. That is coming your way a little later on. Terrence Bud Crawford against Egis Kavaliauskas, a.k.a. the Mean Machine. The body work, which has been noticeable when it comes to Mick Conlan's attack. Conlan's already thrown 41 body punches and has landed 11.
So all the movement coming from Nikitin, he's trying to disguise his attack. That's the reason why he's moving side to side, trying not to keep his head right in the middle. So he's trying to get inside and find ways by moving his head and coming behind the jab occasionally.
Conlan and Nikitin have fought 2 times. This is the 3rd time. He looked the same in those fights as he does tonight. So I understand that to a degree, but he's got to switch it up. He's got too many fights under his belt overall to keep coming the same way. A guy like Conlan, he's going to pick you off every time.
Good example of what Conlan is able to do defensively even when Nikitin does get to the inside. As he continues to circle to the left and occasionally pick his spots.
If you're Conlan, you stay calm. You don't get excited. You stay calm. You let him try to push you back, turn him out, let the referee come in and do his job. Then you get back to doing that.
You know, staying calm, don't bring emotion into the fight. But keep in mind how much emotion has been attached to this matchup for so many years now. Tries to dig in with a left hand to the body again as Nikitin comes in and just swings awkwardly when he closes to that range. TBC Clothing Shop, right there in the heart of North Omaha. Wanted to do something for that community that he grew up in, and there he is, Bud Crawford, who's now the recipient of a Chamber of Commerce award. Pound for pound great, welterweight champion, and giving back to his community, bringing a business back there. That's TBC Clothing Shop in North Omaha. 5th round here with Irish Mick and Nikitin rushing and said, that's the last time. Do you hear me? The absolute last time. He's got to be careful. Don't want to be dancing up against both a point deduction and then eventually possibly a DQ. And Bernardo, to your point in terms of the fact that Conlan is winning rounds, Conlan has outlanded Nikitin in each of the first 4 rounds. So that now extends Irish Mick's streak to 42 straight rounds of outlanding his opponents. 12-0, 7 knockouts, the undefeated featherweight sensation.
That's exactly what Nikitin wants him to do. He wants him to fight him so he'll be close enough so he can land his combinations. He was landing some big shots over the top, like that right hand.
And there's a jab that splits the guard from Nikitin. 1-2 from Conlan. Settled down a little bit here in this final minute of round 5 compared to trying to stand in front. Nikitin looking for something with that right hand. It has been a superb ascent in through the pro ranks for Irish Mick, who has been the consummate professional. He's a great family man. He's a sturdy pro. He's diligent and reliable. And now here he is, a wonderful doting father of 2. And a responsible professional sitting here at 12-0.
Let the world know what his struggles were. I think that's what helped him. That was the catalyst to him kind of getting help and getting himself together. So very proud of Conlan. I think he has a bright future ahead of him, but he's got a tough Vladimir Nikitin in front of him tonight.
Just want to stand in that pocket. There's a left hook from Nikitin and then a right uppercut. And return fire from Conlan. I think Conlan's actually feeling a little confident that he can stand there at times and trade.
Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up, it's all right.
Remember, Richard Comey, the IBF lightweight world champion from Ghana, who lives and trains here in New York, will be putting his belt on the line against Brooklyn-born Teofimo Lopez.
We know that their Olympic matchup defines Conlan, but so does it define Nikitin after 300-plus fights. That was his proudest moment, and you saw when he came into the interview room the other day.
Speaking of Vladimir Putin, the other side of the story would be the reaction from Mick Conlan, because as you know, Mick Conlan was so disturbed from what happened with the Olympic judges that night. Power punches landed in the last round. 45% landed for the more efficient Mick Conlan.
Tess, I was a little confused. You know, in the fighter meeting, I asked Egis, who is Nikitin's manager. He changed the game. Lomachenko coming out winning the world championship with 3 professional fights. He made everybody believe that they can win a professional title sooner than later. You got your fighter Shakur Stevenson, who just won his world championship.
Nikitin punching between punches with Mick Conlan, finding a moment of success here.
What's interesting to me right now, good right hand right there from Conlan, is that Conlan's been 10 rounds on 2 occasions, and Nikitin has never been past 6. This is the first time he's ever been to the 8th round in his short professional career.
Stop. Time.
That would strike that low is your opponent is forcing down on the back of your head, the back of your shoulders. So the trajectory of the punch, especially a digging right uppercut, is going to go there.
Marco Contreras was telling me that early on he gave the advantage to Conlan, but now he sees Nikitin getting inside, and this is the fight he wants for him.
Look at it right here, Bernardo. This is exactly the fight that Nikitin wants. Shoulder to shoulder on the inside, where the shorter, more compact man who wants to be the aggressor can have it his way. When Conlan chooses not to box and stands in front, Nikitin's eating it up.
It's called poor concentration, Tess. That's what it's called. You got to follow the game plan to the T. You got to concentrate all night long.
Good short right hand from Conlan.
Hurt him with that.
Very good short right hand from Irish Mick as Nikitin trades on the inside to the body. But he was absolutely affected by that punch.
Opposed to Conlan sitting inside, especially when you can blind your opponent and hit him with a short right hand like that got his attention. Nikitin has not been the same.
Great exchange here at the end of 8. Look at them go. Bitter rivals from the Olympics trading here. Good stuff. Great exchange here at the end of 8. Look at them go. Bitter rivals from the Olympics trading here. Good stuff. Conlan early on, a couple rounds for Nikitin, and then that wildly entertaining 8th round. 78-74, says Dre. There is no doubt about banking those early rounds for Irish Mick. Combination goes to the body again from Conlan.
Those shots right there, that's what's hurting Nikitin right there. The body punches from Conlan.
Does a very nice job of taking that dip to the right before he throws that body punch. And Nikitin with head movement in front, and yet a left hand is able to find the target.
I like where Conlan is right now, out on the outside using his jab. And he just needs to set traps for Nikitin. Why to give Nikitin a chance?
So you can hit him with shots like that.
It was a sharp left hand from that southpaw stance.
Why to give Nikitin a chance?
So you can hit him with shots like that.
It was a sharp left hand from that southpaw stance. Now meeting up as unbeaten pros here at MSG.
See how pretty those shots are from the outside? Beautiful work.
And you can see Conlan, this is going to feel really sweet to him. The victory, the redemption. The years he waited. Nikitin said, I'll sign on. We'll do it as pros. Well, they did. And it was a good fight, especially that 8th round.
Beautiful work.
And you can see Conlan, this is going to feel really sweet to him. The victory, the redemption. The years he waited. Nikitin said, I'll sign on. We'll do it as pros. Well, they did. And it was a good fight, especially that 8th round.
In favor of the winner, and still the undefeated IBO Intercontinental Featherweight Champion, Irish, Michael Conlan.